Пойти на поиски Элис. Cast. When you are gone. Суть игры в порядках. Это прям подсказка большая на самом деле.
Stepping to the murder site, I'd felt it hanging in the air. A meaning, the violent emotion of the act, like a cloud of wrath, the dead eyes of the victim staring at something.
Да вы не здесь пишите, там свои догадки. Ну, прежде чем догадку написать, можете это в стиме же ввести, как скриншоты выглядят. Опа, что это у меня так лагало?
The station had changed. I was closer now.
Амнезия, ну, кстати, похоже в части.
Our home in New York. Was I really this close to being home?
Так.
Going up to our apartment? Would I be home? Or was this just an echo of the real thing? Even then, the murder site had brought me one step closer to escape.
Анимация, фокус по рецепту. Пока ничем не пользовался из этих рулетка. Шанс на 5% не ускорит потом при выстреле из револьвера. Было бы идеально, конечно. Можно, пожалуйста, бесконечные патроны? Так, карты. У нас цель на поиски Элис. Добраться до квартиры парламента. Где квартира у нас? Допрос. Комната отдыха. Метро. Это переулок, не тот. Вот сюда получается? Ну да, ну сюда. Нет. Таксофон.
The payphone at the edge of the plaza was ringing again.
Давай, побеседуем. Hello.
Hey, Alan. Thank God it picked up. I thought I lost you again.
Who are you? Why are you helping me?
Did you go deeper? To the overlap?
Are you talking about the murder site? Yeah, I did. I...
That's fantastic, Alan. We're closer to getting out. We're making progress.
Well, we would be if you would answer my damn questions.
Last time we spoke, you were pretty worried about Alice. Did you ever check Parliament Tower? you make sure she really got out of the dark place?
Well, of course she got out. That's why I'm here. That's the whole goddamn point.
Be very careful, Alan. The dark presence is stealing from you. It can already manifest as your double. Scratch will come.
Wait, hello?
Мы поднимаемся в комнату Элис. Если... Ему не нравится, я стою.
Maybe a writer. Maybe he was a victim. The cult, using his
Yes.
words. Or maybe he was the monster behind it all. Either way, Alice Wake, his ex, she knew things. It was there in her art for all to see. A cry for help. The darkness she'd witnessed. And that put her in danger.
Was Alice here? In the story?
Один лифт. Да зачем ты здесь это все пишешь? Пиши в чате в обычном. Нет, 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 нет. Наваждение, инициация твоя.
Alice's photo equipment. Set to go off when the door opens.
Нифига себе софтбоксов. Да, спасибо за это.
Alice! Alice! Alice.
А подавать фото для плакатов на выставку.
This is a photo of Scratch. How did Alice get this? Is he stalking her?
Шея заболела. Вот и скретч.
This is the door to my study, where I wrote my books. This symbol wasn't here before.
Здесь ничего нет.
Alice's video camera. No memory card inside.
Карту памяти надо найти, понятно. Документы на экранах. Найти цель, темная обитель. Какой? Ну. Я спел.
Alice's memory card.
Больше взаимодействовать ни с чем. Ну, прикольно, кстати, вместо телека просто проектора. Вот так вот взял, спустил уже телек. Я не знаю, какие у тебя там запросы в поисковике.
When I was younger, photography was everything to me. I moved to New York thinking I'd make it as an artist. And then I met Alan. We had a good thing. We were both dedicated by our creative ambitions. The only difference was that Alan's work made money.
Ну, так что прикольно сделано.
He brought me work when he could. I took his promo shots, created covers for his books. I'm sure he forced his publisher into it. I was taking photos, just not my photos. And that gnawed at me. Things Things got complicated sometimes, but
Не то чтобы
that's
ноунейм,
life, right?
но не особо прям такая на слуху.
We loved each other. Then Alan hit a block. I brought out a meaner side of him. One I didn't like. I set up a trip to see a doctor in Washington. I didn't tell him until we got there. We argued. Things went wrong. And he was just gone. Drowned, allegedly. It's easy for people to think it was my fault. Hell, I do too sometimes. About 6 years ago,
Ну
I
куда
started hearing
позже.
noises in the night. Typewriter keys clacking. Voices. Alan was back. Haunting me. Then it got violent. It was Alan. And yet, it was a monster. He always did have anger in him. I set up cameras around the apartment with motion sensors and flashes. Now, when the monster comes, I turn it into art. My nightmares caught on film. And this is the focus of my new exhibition. To show people the world is so much darker than they ever knew. I'm calling this exhibit The Dark Place.
Alice. Scratch was terrorizing her. Why?
Кайфово сделано.
I sat in the writer's room and wrote a story. Initiation. To project myself through the dark place, to look for a way out. The story had brought me here, brought me nowhere. Looped me back. I was writing the story. And in the story, I now stepped into the writer's room. But there was no one here writing.
Гейм. Конец части. Быстро. Даже слишком. 20 минут. Я так не могу, мне уже самому интересно, что там за игра, я по Steam перепадет. Ну, на самом деле, подсказка с пятками, она прям огромная. Так вот скажу. приятно, что игра больше не лагает, и вот этих задержек больше нет со звуком. А ну-ка. Можно же не пропускать.
Okay, let's recap what you've told us so far, Alan. For the past 13 years, you've been trapped in a nightmare dimension called the Dark Place.
Yeah.
It's like New York, but it's not New York. And can be reached from the bottom of Cauldron Lake, but it's not really under the lake. And after all this time, you've managed to get out.
Yeah.
But so has your evil doppelganger. Mr. Scratch? Or is it the Dark Presence?
Both. It's interchangeable. He's Scratch when he looks like me, but he can change into this other form.
And Scratch, the Dark Presence, wants to rewrite the world in his own image.
Which would be in your image, as he looks just like you.
And turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
During Deerfest, which is scheduled to take place in a couple of days. You got out of the Dark Place by writing a novel, the pages we've been finding. But your double edited it into a horror story that's now changing reality, taking over people, making them crazy, bringing the Dark Place to Bright Falls.
Yes, fiction coming in contact with the Dark Place can change reality. The story is coming true, soaking into everything, like darkness when night falls. But last time it...
This will be back in 2010.
Yes, last time it didn't happen all at once. The story came true bit by bit as it unfolded. And that dark presence was still bound to the lake. I stopped it before it got the ending it wanted. Before it broke free. Based on that, there's still time.
Which brings us to your magical light switch.
The clicker. Magical doesn't quite cover it. Scratch wants it to bring about his ending. That can't happen. If I can get the clicker, I can send him back to the Dark Place, make all this shit go away. Look, I know it's batshit crazy. My memory is full of holes, and I'm not sure how much I can trust. It's like a half-forgotten dream.
Не, пока правильно ответа там нету.
Mr. Wake, Alan, we've seen our share of batshit crazy in the past 24 hours. What I want to know is, why am I? Why are we written into the story?
I think I saw you. Or a vision of you in the Dark Place. I think you helped me reach out and escape somehow. With that in the story, Scratch would have edited it to get to you. To hurt you. We are all in danger.
It's insane. And there's so much of it. Wake just gave us a lot of information. But this clicker seems like a good place to start. If we find that, then we find the cult.
Кончик. Где его искать, а зачем кончик?
Nightingale goes missing for 13 years, shows up murdered, and then turns into a monster. After I stop Nightingale, a rider who's also been missing for 13 years turns up. What's the connection? What kind of case is this? The pages we've been finding are from a horror story called Return, written by Alan Weyk. And the contents of this book are coming true. Why couldn't it have been a romance?
И то, и не то. Надо опередить скретч и забачил кончик, свой конч, можно не стоит, поискать.
Turn the world into a fucking nightmare.
Это наша милая темная обитель. Стоп. И это еще не открыто. Нормально, тут так накидалось-то. И наверное, как-то легче улучшать, чем эту женщину. В России ничего нового нет. Путешествие в телевизоре есть.
Have you ever heard of the cult of the tree?
Creepy bunch. In the habit of wearing deer masks, performing murder rituals, victims turning into monsters possessed by darkness, possibly inspired by a horror story written by a certain author. Ring any bells?
The cult. Yes. Yes. They have the clicker.
If the cult has the clicker, does that make them Scratch's followers? How are you so
Ну
certain
да,
they
кстати,
even
похоже.
have the clicker?
Но нет, тоже не оно.
They could be working for Scratch.
Но направление
I don't remember.
верно,
It's all
кстати.
confused.
Alan, if I'm gonna act on this information, you need to be honest with me.
Yeah, of course.
Is he confused? Or is he hiding something? Wake said the cult has the clicker. How does he know?
The writer is the reader. The next chapter, the next chapter, the next chapter. Keep the pages safe, the dark shining of the words.
Wake is hiding pages. That's how he knows the cult has the clicker. Wake has a double. Mr. Scratch. Where is he now?
A cloud of wrath wears my face. The dark place in your place. Scratching out my body of work.
Scratch is here. In Washington. He's hunting Wake. Scratch looks just like Wake. Why?
Don't wake up the dreamer if your life is a dream. I swam to the shore, but the water is rising.
Wake and Scratch are clearly connected. Maybe Scratch got out because Wake did. Or vice versa. Nah.
Да, не хочет.
Okay, Mr. Wake. I know you have more pages of the manuscript on you.
You don't understand how vital these pages are. They're the only way I can know what's coming.
You're not the only one trying to solve this. This is our job.
Okay. Here. Now, this is all I have. Be careful with them. Inside the trailer, at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. A cultist stared at her. She drew her weapon. Standing inside the trailer at the outskirts of Watery, Saga had seen Wake's fabled clicker for the first time, in the hands of the Cult of the Tree. Her mind reeled from what the horror story was now claiming about her. Her life, her past. She didn't accept it. She stepped out of the trailer. She needed air. But she wasn't alone. A cultist stared at her from behind a deer mask. She drew her weapon, shouted, ran after him.
Что с ним больше говорить нельзя? Можно к себе забрать. Неплохо. Но я этого раньше не делал. Все забираем. А мы уже разберемся там. Так. Алану больше беседовать нельзя.
Wake has more information. I need to keep questioning him.
Не посышь.
The Cult of the Tree has the clicker Wake told me about. They're a part of all this.
Так.
It's all on the page. The clicker, the cult. Okay, I'll head to Watery and find this trailer. Casey, you stay here and keep an eye on Mr. Wake.
Got it.
No, you need me there.
No dice, pal. This is an FBI investigation, and I don't see a badge on that flannel.
С этого момента вы можете переключаться между историями Алана и Саги через видов в комнате уборщика. Играйте в том порядке, в каком вам захочется. Пока отсмеялся, нет смысла. Это тоже подвинем сюда. Так, ну-ка. Изменить реальность. Даже интересно, как это работает.
I was back. I wasn't able to escape. The dark presence had stopped me.
Это за Алана.
I had seen the title page of another manuscript.
А как
Return.
вернуться?
I didn't remember writing it, but I would write a new draft of initiation to reach Parliament Tower using another murder site.
А как за Сагу вернуться?
Place to get Alice. She was out, but still in danger.
Опять?
Welcome. Our guest tonight is Alan Weyk. This time he wanted to do something.
I was back, and I hadn't forgotten. I knew how this worked now.
Не, это...
I could take control, no more surprises.
Опять за Алана играть? Не, давайте вернемся. Я не могу. Я не сменить не могу. И сохраниться не могу.
It was locked from the other side.
Сейчас, когда стрим заканчивать будут, скажу. Не, я пока хочу за Сагу поиграть. Ты там все мои ключи, что ли, собрал?
Past favorite Deer Fest
Давай,
memories.
давай,
Go.
давай.
Hello and welcome to Coffee World, Bojage, Washington's best coffee-themed amusement park. All of our attractions are
Здесь ничего нет.
and available to children of all ages, just like our coffee.
Нету.
So, take a sip of our own dear
Здесь мы тоже были, ничего нету.
adventure begin.
Это мы смотрели.
Live from the
Здесь закрыто. Здесь мы были. Вот это я, кстати, не трогал. Страница укрывшийся. Еще одна.
It won't open.
Так.
This is so much fun! And finish off at our beautiful gift shop.
Две новые рукописи. Можно сохранить. Сохраняем. Хотя можно основательно сохранить. Потому что, возможно, сейчас придется закончить. Потому что сегодня у отца день рождения, надо уже поехать по времени.
This is the third time I've requested something be done about the TV in my room. It keeps going on by itself. It's keeping me awake all night.
Yes, sir, I'm terribly sorry for that. We called a professional electrician.
Как кайфово, когда вот все нормально, без погрузок. А вот музыка и слова все сочетается. Нету лагов.
Assuming we believe the page, I need to check this out. We need to find the cult. Anyone we meet here could be a member. And this Scratch guy.
The evil doppelganger? Must be true, or else this guy can't write for shit.
The quality of his writing aside, if this page turns out to be true like the rest have, this could be a breakthrough. We might solve this thing before a backup even arrives.
Ну, как же они красиво сделали
Taking their time, so just be careful out there. Meanwhile, I think me and Wake will have a chat. Maybe I can shake something loose.
Okay. But remember what happened with the salt shaker?
Yeah, real funny.
The page placed me in a trailer, somewhere in Watery. I should ask around.
Местное возвращение.
Hey, where's the time gone?
Следует не войти.
Watery's definitely
No, by the-
quaint. I bet they have good fish here.
Oh, you rascal. What have you been up to this time around? There's only so many times I can keep fixing the same thing.
160p.
Okay then. Catchy tune.
День лося. Спасибо за просмотр. Подписывайтесь на мой Twitch канал, чтобы не пропустить трансляции. Подписывайтесь на YouTube, ставьте лайки, оставляйте комментарии. Это очень помогает. Также не забывайте про Telegram. И спасибо за просмотр. Пока.